This conference will now be recorded.
All right, happy Monday, everyone. Today is Monday, October 28th, and as always, everything we'll be talking about is for educational purposes only, and nothing is intended as any type of investment advice. All right, so got a few things going on this morning. First thing I'm going to be looking at is this PCG. So taking a hit underneath that 5 level. Breaking that 5 is not a good sign at all. And we definitely got some new selling that came in at around that 350 level. Keep in mind, 5.3 million shares already being traded. This thing is not going to be an easy read within the prints at each level. More than likely, each level is going to be, it's going to have some type of mix in it. So really what it comes down to is a little bit of feel and really understanding what's the dominant side of things. So like right now, for instance, if we see buying, we know we're going to see buying, but it's that new selling that we're going to be looking for, obviously, because it's on a downtrend. So you really want to look for things like that coming in, and you want to see, obviously, if we want new selling to come in at 350, we want to see it more lopsided on the sell side than we do on the buy side if we're looking for the stock to continue on its way down. Next thing is TIF Tiffany. So looks like a lot of people bought this quarter, but nice move towards that upside. The only thing is that you can see right here. So coming back down, we definitely are getting a ton of selling that came into this thing. If you look at that 130 level, just a lot. And I really haven't seen much of any real new buying. There's been some buying there, but ever since we pretty much over that 130 level, just not really much there at all. 1,400 shares is not going to do it for me to take that as new buying, especially with the amount of selling that we have at that 130. So just be careful, especially when the market opens. This would be a perfect scenario for them to take the stock, push it all the way up right at the beginning, make it look like it's going to be continuing, get those retail in there buying so they don't miss the move, and then bring it back down underneath those 130 prints. Next thing is Spot. So Spotify, did they split? They had to have split, right? Because this thing was way more expensive than I thought. It was at like 700 or something ridiculous. So I'm not going to have to assume that the stock has obviously split. But coming into there, you can see our only show of hand is right here at that 131, 130, and coming into 129. We have a decent amount of selling, not really as much as you would like to see. That really shows that this thing is going to end up coming back down to this 120 level. But overall, we know it trades $4.03. So what that's telling us is that we should expect even more than that. We're going to have a real big range. So just make sure you wait for that real good definitive show of hand. Like I said, we definitely have print on that sell side as of right this second, but really we need to see something a little bit more. Especially with something that's going to be moving with that big of a range. Now, next thing I have is two sideless stocks, ISEEIC. So we have nice buying that came in at that 2 level early this morning, right around 7:30. So we're starting to come back up towards that. Unfortunately, it's very consolidated within the way that it's trading, and I'm not a big fan of that at all in regular stocks, let alone it being in one of the cheaper stocks. So just keep that in mind as we're coming back up. You really want to see a clean trigger in something like this in order to take that trade, especially with the fact that it needs to hit that 2 level twice so far this morning. So we really want to be able to get that thing to break past that. You can get shares and has monsters selling at miner right here. Yes, sir. And moving along, only other thing I have on my list personally is XNET, XNET. So yesterday on Friday, we knew it had the buying to go to at least 450, and we got all the way up towards that 5 level. Made a nice little jump coming up over the overnight. Keep in mind, guys, you could short this stock as well. So even though it's sitting in consolidation, we really should be able to see some type of continuation move, especially jumping up, over $1 overnight. We should be able to see something else coming into there. So just keep that in mind as we're looking, because, it's certainly, especially with these cheaper stocks, when we can play it both ways, you get a kiss of death in a stock like this. That's a really big trade. All right. And other than that, I think that's about it. Now, anything else out there that I missed? Can we check Microsoft? Yes, we can check Microsoft. It was like number 4 on the amount of trades made this morning. Let's see. All right. So 144.50 looks like we're getting a bunch of selling that came into it this morning, but then it's a little bit mixed. So you definitely have selling into there as it's been coming down to that 144.50. Okay, but there's also, and it's definitely more on that sell side, especially the fact that a lot of stocks out there have not pulled back to where they really should be going. That 140 never really pulled back as much as it should have. And T, shit ton of value, no controlling prints. Okay, well, T, so yeah, I'll put T. T's definitely has got all the characteristics for our list. Just make sure that you understand this thing is not a huge mover. So if you're looking for this, let's say it gives enough buying for it to go to 39 and it starts to go into consolidation at 38.50, 39 could take a week. We've seen that happen before in this deck, so just keep that one in mind. All right, guys, so let's get ready for our morning, and we'll talk to everyone in the chat, and happy trading.